They're going to take the lowest road to the highest office in the land and hope it works again for them. But that's exactly what they're doing now. And think about it. A recent survey shows that 100% of John McCain and Sarah Palin's ads, campaign's ads, 100% are negative. I guess when you vote with Bush 90% of the time, you have to go negative 100% of the time in order to make a point about anything. Look, folks, don't be distracted. These attacks don't hurt Barack Obama and me. What they hurt is you and your fellow Americans. Every single false charge, every baseless accusation is an attempt to get you to stop paying attention to what's going on in this country and what's going on in your lives. And by the way, all of the things they said about Barack Obama in the TV, on the TV, at their rallies, and now on YouTube and everything else they're doing before the debate, and all the things they're saying after the debate, as recently as this morning, John McCain could not bring himself to look Barack Obama in the eye and say the same things to him. Look, folks, Claire said, your neighborhood's like mine. Well, in my neighborhood, when you got something to say to a guy, you look him in the eye and you say it to him. Look, beyond these attacks, what's John McCain really offering? What about the past 8 years? What about the past 8 years would John change in the next 4 years? Well, I can tell you, nothing. Look, you can't change the next 4 years. If you stood with George Bush in the last 8 years calling for the privatization of Social Security, you can't change the next 4 years. If you stood with George Bush when he blocked our efforts, and John helped him, to provide health care for an additional 3.8 million children. You can't change the next 4 years. You can't change the next 4 years if you continue to support George Bush's shoot first and ask questions later foreign policy. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't change the next 4 years if you believe that we should continue to spend $10 billion a month in Iraq when they have a $79 billion surplus. Ladies and gentlemen, to quote the elder Bush, read my lips, we will end this war. We will end this war. Tell me about change. Folks, tell me about change. Tell me about how you're going to change our circumstance in global warming when my opponent isn't even sure what causes it. Literally. She said she thinks it's partially man-made, but she's not sure of the rest. Well, folks, how can you solve a problem when you can't figure out the cause of the problem? That's not change, ladies and gentlemen. Look, you can't change the lives of middle-class Americans who are getting battered the last 8 years on the issues that matter most to them. Sending their kids to college, paying for health care for their family, filling the gas tank, heating and air conditioning your home in the winter and summer, just simply keeping your job. There is no difference, none, between what would be done has been done by George Bush and what John McCain is offering. Look, to paraphrase a good friend of mine and Claire's, who came in with Claire and is a great addition to the Senate as well, from my hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania, a guy named Bobby Casey. Well, he's Bob Casey, but I knew his dad, so I call him Bobby. But anyway, Bob Casey had a great line. Bob Casey used a line, he said, you can't call yourself a maverick when all you've been to this president is a sidekick.